Protecting small business against rising minimum wages. A new app, Wage Engage, helps businesses fight against the fight for $15 minimum wage. Joining us now is Michael Saltsman, Research Director at the Employment Policies Institute, the creator of that app, Wage Engage. Michael, how does this app actually help businesses in this whole minimum wage battle going on right now?
So what it does is level the playing field. I think what we've seen is that, labor unions are able to devote their entire days to advocating for a higher minimum wage, while if you're a business owner, you're more busy selling books or burgers to think about something like this. And so what it does is, based on where your business is located, it alerts you when there's a fight in your area and then lets you get active right from your phone if you don't have time to go actually to a hearing and wait in line to testify.
All right, is it popular? Are a lot of people using it?
We have, yeah. In the first, it's only been out here for a couple of days. I think we've already got over 60 messages sent. We anticipate that this fall, the popularity is going to increase dramatically as a lot of states start introducing legislation, minimum wage legislation, for the following year.
All right, and you have a little experience with this, Mr. Hill.
Yeah, the civic tech space. Yeah, I've been in a couple of startups, so it's interesting. You're facing a lot of challenges, but it's an important thing. I mean, have you found that members of Congress are receptive to the messages that they're getting from constituents?
Well, I think what we realized is that we need to go beyond statistics, because we know the studies back us up on the minimum wage, but what happens is so often those studies are drowned out by a couple of compelling anecdotes. And so I think what needs to happen, especially in the era of the fight for 15, is business owners need to personalize it and talk about the employees that are hurt by this. And so what we want to do is use this app to sort of facilitate that, to enable that sort of storytelling.
What's the main message trying to get across? Is it that $15 in California is different than $15 in Texas, which is $15 different in Utah, different states, or is the message about how this could actually hurt the people it's meant to help, in the sense that this could lead to more automation and more, or is it hurting the small business owners and they're going to have to fire people? What's the main message trying to get across to the actual Congress?
I think the message is one, you nailed it there, of unintended consequences. It's that especially when you go to a $15 minimum wage, that if businesses can't offset that through higher prices, then there are real human costs to that. And it's not just a matter of profit margins, it's not just a matter of economics, it's a matter of young and inexperienced employees who are now locked out of the job market and may not have any other options. And so those are the real sort of compelling stories we want to tell using this app.
And there was a study done by researchers at the University of Washington. The Wall Street Journal writes an editorial about it today, looking at the minimum wage increase in Seattle. And lo and behold, the research found that the hours worked and the employment, particularly for lower wage workers, it goes down when you increasingly hike a minimum wage, particularly when you're entering the $13 to $15 range.
Yeah, that's an awkward study for proponents, too, because it was actually funded in part by the city of Seattle, which advocated for the $15 minimum wage. I think that's what people are finding out, is that there's not necessarily any such thing as a free lunch, and so you may get a boost in your base pay, but if you're working fewer hours, you may actually be worse off than you were before.
All right, Michael Saltzman, thank you very much.
Thanks.
Good to have you this morning. All right.